Thanking God for yet another day in the land of the living. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Cupidi, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for this overcast Friday morning. It's Friday the 29th day of August, 2025. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I will endeavor to instill some sunshine and sunlight into your day, into your morning at least. And if you start the day right, most times than not, it carries through the day. So find yourself a morning routine. You know, you get up, you pray, you stretch, you do your little exercise, and you set the tone for a good day, because it is a good day to have a good day in a good way. 25 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Classic in the morning time. Good morning to you wherever you are. Thank him in advance. Blessed messenger, this gentleman is going to be in Grenada on the 24th of October for a Thanksgiving celebration. We look forward to that. He'll be dropping these and this one and so many more. Oh yeah, good morning to the folks on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and PD Martinique. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. And I know when it's raining, you get kind of ipsy-tipsy. All right, well, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. That is the time of the year for that. So, you know, you got to understand that. Monica May Rose Williams, good morning to you. Good morning, Joan Brathwaite Batson. Good morning, Yulin Alexander. How are you doing? How are you doing? Did you have a bad day yesterday and you were hoping that today is going to be better? Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to tell you this. Things are already better. You've got to claim it, yeah? Yeah, it's better. It's better. Good morning, Morris and Louise and Jay and what's the girl name again? Well, I can't remember now. Why worry when you can pray? You think it's easy to take it easy? 23 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's a good day to have a good... It's Friday, man. It's the final Friday for most of the students, not the teachers, because the teachers have already been back in the classroom prepping for delivery. But the students, it is your final official day of vacation. Eh? You know what I'm saying? Hope you had a fun-filled holiday, but you did not be an enemy to your books. Yeah, I hope you touch the books ever so often. Good morning to Miss Angela James and family out there in Bellevue. There's Bellevue, right? Yeah. Good morning, Bellevue. Good morning, Central. Orlando and the family. Good morning. Your mom and your dad and everybody. Hope you all, your wifey. Hope everything is all right. Belial, good morning. Malty and Content, Lassa Jess, Coles Gap, Mr. West and family, good morning. Evans Williams, good morning to you and the members of the Karis Band. The folks in Munich, good morning. Mama Can, hope you all are doing fine. Debbie and family, it's time for the word of the day. And the word of the day today is a very simple word. Very simple. Banal. B-A-N-A-N. B-A-N-A-L. Banal. Banal. It means lacking originality. Uninteresting. Yeah. You know, as a calypso lover, if you hear a song that was done before and somebody, you know, it's banal. It's not original. Well, at that, good morning, my good friend, Lady Cheryl. How are you doing? You and the family? Hope you all are doing fine. The folks in Pomerose and the surrounding areas. Well, banal. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. The plot of the movie was predictable and banal. Yeah, nothing interesting, nothing exciting, nothing new. Nada de nuevo. Good morning, the folks in La Calome. Yeah, good morning, the shepherd of the flock, Pastor Laurie Dominic. Haven't seen you in a while, I know, huh? You're saying Carnival robbed me? No, that is not the case. Just some technical little issues. You know what I'm saying? Mildred Smith, good morning to you, my dear. Nice. The music there of Judith Gale in the background. Right, it's Friday. That says, my friend. Heavenly Father, thank you, God, for every blessing I so often overlook. For breath in my lungs, for the people in my life, and for your love that never lets go. Even in the hard times, you are faithful. When I don't understand, you are still good. Today, I choose to thank you, not just for what you've done, but for who you are. Let my heart overflow with gratitude and my life reflect your grace. May you continue to keep us covered under the blood of Jesus. In his name we pray. Amen. Yeah, good morning, Lovey. How you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Hope all is well. And I'm going to give you some Friday blessings. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the rock and the strength of my heart and my portion forever. And that's from Psalms 73 and 26. May God continue to bless you in every area of your life and cover you and your family with the precious blood of Jesus in Christ Jesus' wonderful name. Amen. Good morning, Tone. Anytime I hear Christ Jesus, Tone comes to mind. That's how he says it. He doesn't say Jesus Christ, he says Christ Jesus. Tone, good morning. Sylvina Charles, good morning. Mildred, how is Shem doing? How is Judy and Zamora getting ready to head back to school, right? The motivational tip of the day is up next. Debbie, good morning to you and the family. Good morning, Nadisha. Yeah, hope you're doing fine, Nadi. Hope all is well with you. Let's make Yulin dance. Holy Spirit, take my soul. Holy Spirit, fill my soul. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Celebrate even the smallest steps towards your goal. Progress is the true win. Yeah, the baby steps. A lot of times we get frustrated because we make plans and we have dreams and we have aspirations and so forth, and they are not working out, and we get frustrated. Maybe because we are we had too many big plans. Take baby steps towards them, you understand? And just celebrate every step. For example, if you want to quit alcohol or smoking, you understand? You realize, okay, I smoked a pack a day. Now I'm smoking 3 less than the pack, and you celebrate that. Don't just look for the big thing. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you can quit immediately and instantly, that's fine. But baby steps, celebrate the baby steps, right? Nice. It's 18 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning to all the police officers of the nation. Dr. Francis Martin, good morning, my bro. Yeah, daddy, papi, everything in one. That takes care of the boy. Good morning to the hospital staff at the General Hospital. Good morning, those of you in casualty. Those of you in the ICU, good morning. The male surgical, female surgical, the male medical, gynecology. Good morning. Maternity, good morning. Nurse Maxwell and the entire team, good morning. Hope you all are doing fine. What's buzzing this morning? Let's see what's coming up. All right, Kikam Jenny volcano alert remains yellow, and we've got to be very watchful of that. I know the seismic unit is monitoring that closely. Also, Grenada Postal Service suspends U.S. shipments. That is another cause for concern. In the region, Rubio heads to Mexico and Ecuador amid Caribbean tensions. Internationally, EU chief condemns deadly Russian strike on Kyiv. And in sports, Osaka into US Open third round. Venus wins in the doubles. Those are the stories that are coming up in the AM edition, which comes up shortly. Don't you go anywhere. Stay with us. Yeah, stick and stay. Sylvan, are you okay, right? Hope you're doing fine. You're still celebrating your anniversary, right? How many years? 36 years, Sylvan, and that's a long time, you know. That's a long time to be married to one person. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. To all the farmers and fishermen of the nation, good morning to you. Fishermen, you are going out at sea. Make sure you have all the requisite equipment so that if you fall into any eventualities out there, you can be communicated with and to. Sonia Matlin Scott, good morning to you. Windsor Forest, good morning. Valerie Ferre, good morning to you. Yeah. Gio, what's up? Tyler, Cassie, and the rest of the team. Ulrich Smith, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's coming from your mom, Mildred. Of course, knowing Mildred as I do, she's going to do all within her power to ensure that you have a fantastic day today. Good morning, Reverend Samuel Caesar and the folks at Crossroads Radio in East Flatbush, New York. Preparing for that grand day on Monday, Labor Day. Joe Bailey and the team. Hey, Ronnie, Live Wire, good morning. Hope you all are doing fine. All those of you out in the diaspora, good morning. You were here for Carnival and you're looking at us on TV now and you're missing us. Come back home. Don't wait till they send you back. Home is always home. Home is where the heart is. Folks, the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather comes up after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Attention, Fontenoy, Cherry Hill, and Grand Mall. This is your chance to kick off the new school year in style. David Moyer Monroe invites all kids and their families to the annual Back to School Extravaganza. Mark your calendar for Sunday, August 31st at the Grand Mall playing field. Enjoy fantastic entertainment by the incredible New Dimension Steel Orchestra. There'll be music, fun, and so much more. Everything you need to start the school year with a bang. Don't miss out on this exciting event. See you there.
Are you ready to take charge of your money, build wealth, and protect your family's legacy? Then join us on October 9th, 2025 at Radisson Grenada Beach Resort for your Financial Future 2.0 Legacy, Literacy, and Liberation, a one-day financial summit designed to break cycles, build wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. You'll gain real-life budgeting hacks, a money mindset reboot, steps to create generational wealth, and practical tips on investing, estate planning, insurance, health, and business finance, all from expert speakers who know how to turn knowledge into action. With 2 inspirational keynotes, 3 powerful panel discussions, and 6 breakout sessions, you will leave with your personalized action plan for success. Don't wait. Secure your seat today. Tickets are EC $350 at disruptiveleadershipconference.com/YFF. Your Financial Future 2.0. Your next chapter starts here.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th Annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Friday, August 29th, 2025. Coming up in the news, Kikem Jenny volcano alert remains yellow. The Grenada Postal Service suspends U.S. shipments. In the region, Rubio heads to Mexico and Ecuador amid Caribbean tensions. In the international scene, EU chief condemns deadly Russian strike on Kiev. And in sports, Osaka into U.S. Open third round. Venus wins in the doubles. We've got the details to this and more after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Pure Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
GBN's broadcast of CPL 2025 is made possible by Republic Bank, Hubbards, Grenlec, Echo Blue Limited, Demerara Mutual Life, Answer Coatings, and Flow. Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
A good Friday morning to everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. Sending parcels from Grenada to the United States has been suspended until further notice. The Grenada Postal Corporation says the decision comes in response to a new U.S. executive order that removes the $800 duty-free exemption on imports. Starting Friday, August 29th, every item shipped to the U.S. will attract custom duties from the first dollar. As a result, only letters and documents without goods will continue to be accepted. All other shipments are on hold while new systems are developed. The Postal Corporation says this unprecedented change has caused global disruptions, with postal operators in Europe, Asia, and the Caribbean also suspending services. Officials stress they are working with international partners to restore service to the U.S. as quickly as possible. The University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center says it is continuing to monitor increased seismic activity at the Kikamjeni submarine volcano. The unrest began on Wednesday. The alert level remains at yellow, which means all marine users must stay outside the 1.5 kilometers exclusion zone. Kikamjeni last experienced unrest in February 2024 when more than 3,400 tremors were recorded, but no explosive signals were detected. NADMA says it will keep monitoring developments and provide updates to the public. And finally, Grenada's Ministry of Health is working with the United States to strengthen healthcare across the Tri-Island state. Officials met with U.S. Principal Officer Cindy Dioff, hospital administrators, and 2 U.S. military doctors to discuss training programs, medical infrastructure, and a proposed containerized clinic in Carriacou. Key partners, including NADMA, the RGPF, and St. George's University, were highlighted for their role in disaster response and humanitarian aid. The meeting also reviewed Grenada's hospital network, including the General Hospital, Princess Alice, Princess Royal, and the Mount Gay Psychiatric Hospital. Folks, that concludes the first segment of news. The local segments, stay with us, the regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather. They're straight ahead. In the region, the United Nations Secretary General is urging Haitian authorities to do more to protect children from gang recruitment, while also calling on the international community to respond urgently to what he describes as a life and death emergency. Antonio Guterres told the Security Council that children are bearing the brunt of the crisis, noting a staggering 490% increase in grave violations against children between 2023 and 2025. The figure places Haiti among the world's top 5 countries in the UN's blacklist for crimes against children in conflict. Despite the insecurity, humanitarian workers continue to deliver aid, reaching 1.3 million people in the first quarter of this year with food, water, medicine, and shelter. But the Secretary General stressed Haiti remains overlooked and severely underfunded. The briefing was convened by Panama, whose Ambassador Eloy Alfaro de Alba called for stronger child protection measures and unhindered access for UN monitoring teams. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is set to visit Mexico and Ecuador next week to advance Washington's regional agenda, the State Department announced on Thursday. Rubio's September 2nd to 4th trip will focus on strengthening bilateral ties, tackling cartel networks, curbing fentanyl trafficking, addressing illegal migration, and boosting economic cooperation. The announcement comes as U.S. warships and a fast attack submarine moved into the southern Caribbean, heightening tensions with Venezuela. The White House has warned that President Donald Trump is prepared to use every element of American power against the Maduro government. Rubio has also highlighted growing regional support for Washington's efforts, noting that Argentina has now joined a coalition that includes Ecuador, Paraguay, Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago. This will be Rubio's 4th visit to the Western Hemisphere since taking office, which U.S. officials say demonstrates Washington's commitment to border security, counter-narcotics, and fair trade. Looking further afield, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says she is outraged by Russia's latest missile barrage on Kiev, the deadly strike on the capital since July, which also damaged the EU's diplomatic mission. Ukrainian officials confirmed that at least 23 people, including 4 children, were killed and dozens more wounded. A 5-story residential building in the southeast of the city was destroyed, while the EU delegation office and the British Council sustained damages. Von der Leyen condemned the attack, noting that Russian missiles landed dangerously close to the European Union's mission. According to Ukraine's military, Russia launched nearly 600 drones and more than 30 ballistics and cruise missiles in what they describe as the largest assault on Kiev this month. And finally, on the international scene, a town in central Japan is proposing a limit smartphone use to just 2 hours a day for all its 69,000 residents. The measure introduced this week by the Toyaki municipal government in Aichi Prefecture is believed to be the first of its kind in Japan. Officials say the restriction, which would apply only outside of work and study, is not meant to be enforced with penalties, but rather to encourage healthier screen habits. The proposal has sparked nationwide debate over smartphone addiction and will go before lawmakers for a vote in October. I think this will do just fine in Grenada as well. Folks, that's the regional and international developments. It's 7 o'clock. We head into the sporting highlights. They're up next. Good morning, sporting fans. Naomi Osaka reached the third round of the U.S. Open for the first time since 2021, defeating Hailey Batiste 6-3, 6-1. Osaka credited her improved mindset and focus for the win, showing while off her playful Labubu charms. Iga Swiatek survived a tough three-set battle to advance, and men's top seed Jannik Sinner cruised past Alexei Popyrin. In doubles, Venus Williams, who is now 45, teamed with Leila Fernandez to beat the sixth seeds. Chelsea have agreed a £40 million fee to sign Manchester United forward Alejandro Garnacho. The 21-year-old Argentinian international was told to find a new club by United head coach Ruben Amorim at the end of last season. The transfer, which includes a 10% sell-on clause, will be United's fourth largest sale after Cristiano Ronaldo, Romelu Lukaku, and Angel Di Maria. Garnacho had previously held talks with Chelsea in January, and United had initially demanded £60 million. Garnacho's move comes as Christopher Nkunku nears the switch to AC Milan, and Nicholas Jackson is in talks for a loan to Bayern Munich. Chelsea have banked a record £263 million in player sales this summer, helping meet UEFA's sanctions and Premier League financial rules. I must confess, some of these African names, man. How do you start a surname with N and then the second letter being K? Nkunku. How do you do that? Nonetheless, folks, that's the sports at this time. We'll have more sports during our luncheon edition and, of course, in our primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Latest weather forecast. We join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Friday the 29th of August, 2025, as recorded at the Mount Bishop International Airport. It is currently partly cloudy with showers in the vicinity. Winds are calm. Barometric pressure is 1014.2 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 26.8 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 95%. Yesterday's maximum was 32.4 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night, 26 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 4.3 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month so far to 46.3 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be cloudy and hazy, with brief light to moderate showers and isolated thunder, improving as the day progresses. Today's max will be 31.5 degrees Celsius, with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate, with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 1:30 p.m. and high tide at 7 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:19 and sunrise at 5:56. Just to repeat the public forecast for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be cloudy and hazy, with brief light to moderate showers and isolated thunder, improving as the day progresses. From the forecast at Canimals Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great weekend.
Just before you run off, Jonathan, you know, I am very, very concerned with the weather, where weather is concerned, news in general. And there was some thunder in my area during the wee hours of the morning, after 2, after 1, thereabout. But on my way down, I noticed some lightnings. Is there any activity that, you know, we should be aware of?
No, that is just some of the intertropical convergence zone activity that's been occurring near Trinidad. Most of it was offshore, but we did get a few isolated thunderstorms over the southern part of Grenada and between Grenada and Carriacou as well, but most of it happened offshore.
Okay.
But that's going to improve as the day progresses.
All right, and from your forecasting, no systems close by?
The nearest system that we are looking at is a tropical wave that's around 54 west, but that could just bring some showers over the weekend, more so on Saturday into Sunday, with a low chance of thunder possibly.
Okay. Well, we're thankful for such a calm season thus far. I wish it remains that way, and I wish November could hurry up.
I wish we could get some more in.
Okay, well, pray harder, bro. Pray harder.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Get some rest, okay? Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
It's 7 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Kikamjani volcano alert remains yellow. The Grenada Postal Service suspends U.S. shipments. In the region, Rubio heads to Mexico and Ecuador amid Caribbean tensions. Internationally, the EU chief condemns deadly Russian strike on Kyiv. And in sports, Osaka into U.S. Open third round. And 45-year-old Venus Williams pairs up and wins in the doubles. That's the morning edition of news for today, Friday, August 29th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Grenada. Exciting news. Oasis Pet and Garden has expanded. In addition to our existing location, we're now open at our new location, Melville Street, St. George's. Now serving you at 2 locations for even more convenience. At Oasis Pet and Garden, we bring you the best products at the best prices nationwide. Check out our garden department for the best quality Pro Mix potting soil, vegetable seeds, and seedling trays, cocoa peat, liquid fertilizer, granular fertilizers, and more. Our livestock and livestock products are the highest quality and the best prices in Grenada.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
Lots of reasons to own your future now. Lots of dreams and lots of plans. Lots of ways to own your land. With ACB by your side. Lots of ways to own with pride. Lots of chances to make it yours. Lots of ways to open doors. Lots of space to build much more. Lots of reasons to own your future now. There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
Start building your tomorrow today with a LOTS loan from ACB Grenada Bank.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
LOTS, land ownership, tomorrow secured.
Terms and conditions apply.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
All right, folks, it's now 12 minutes after 7 o'clock, and happy am I to join Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF for this morning's traffic report. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
Splendid morning to you and also to your listeners, especially your drivers this morning. It is always a pleasure to report and have the traffic update for the general public. And I can safely say at this time, the traffic is really moderate at the moment, where we have movements in most of our towns at the moment. But those movements, as we stated, the traffic is constantly flowing, but it is not heavy, so that drivers traversing through either of these areas can do so freely with no obstruction at the moment. We have no accident reported at this moment, so therefore it means that persons do not have to have any traffic diversion in any of the areas or have any delays. But what we're seeing is a heavier movement in the area of the Grandlands, vehicles coming out from the Grandlands Valley direction. Also, we're seeing some movement in the area of the St. Paul's direction, that is coming up to the Lucas Street roundabout, and also some movement in Myers Hill around direction as well in that same area. Grandlands continue to see the area of the Wall Street. We have some movement as well in that area. So drivers traffic is expected to build in a little bit, but however, we expect persons that you have left home on time to get to your destination safely in the normal time that you would expect it. Today we expect a little more traffic along our roads as persons get ready for back to school, and it's the final 2 days where persons can capitalize, that is today and tomorrow, on getting school supplies for the children for school on Monday. But we expect persons to have some patience and caution as they come through the towns, especially Grenville, St. George's, and also in the Grandlands area. We expect a little more pedestrian movement also because we still have some of the orientations this week. So persons we expect some more of the pedestrian traffic and expect drivers to be a little bit more conscious as they traverse through the towns and the areas where you get most of our school supplies and our school zones are. The work continues along the Calais area, and that the traffic is diverted to the frequented public road through the Limes, and you head on to the Grandlands public road, also through the Trubel public road, Dusty Highway, and onto the Lansapin and to the Grandlands Valley, and you head to your destination. So we still have those work going on in the Grandlands area, so we expect drivers to take heed to those notices so that you would not be caught off guard. The accident state for the past 24 hours, we have a total of 4 minor accidents reported in the entire state of Grenada. We see a decrease. We had the past few days, we had 10, 9, 9. Today we see 4 minor accidents reported. We have a decline. Special appeal again, we want to commend our drivers. You've done absolutely well, but 4 is still too much, but we still appeal to you to drive safely along our nation's road, and we still expect pedestrians as well. I'm going to make a special appeal to you that you should use our road network properly. If there's a pedestrian crossing in your area, please use it. If you have to cross any one of the streets or in any area, do not cross where there is a corner, do not cross where there's an intersection, so that it will be difficult for you and so forth. But cross in an area where drivers can see you, where you can make yourself visible and so forth. It is that time again, as we said, we open a school, and the traffic department continues to brighten all of the pedestrian crossing and humps in the areas so that children can have a safe walk zone in the area of the pedestrian crossing, especially in our school zone area for as we promote road safety for the reopening of school. We want to appeal to persons at the moment. If you have not left home as yet, please do so to get to your destination on time and safely, because we expect the traffic to build closer to the 8 o'clock hour, and expect in certain areas such as Grandlands, in the area of the traffic light, Toby Road, Calvini Public Road, and a few more areas, especially St. Paul's as well, as the traffic to build as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour. So if you have not left home yet, please do so to get to work on time and safely. And the question we ask every morning, and we continue to ask, if you are texting,
then who's driving? Thank you, Corporal Paul. Have yourself a restful weekend if you've got that luxury of rest, and we look forward to another engagement on Monday morning.
Sure, we'll definitely bring that to the people.
Folks, that has been the traffic report for this morning. It's 18 minutes after 7 o'clock. Stay with us. The conversation comes up next.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Rendeck Community Partnership Initiative.
We are here at T-Row Square. What we've seen here is a very large outpouring of the various bands playing the traditional mass. And this has been made possible through the kind assistance and contribution of Grenada. So on behalf of Spice Mass, we just want to say a very hearty thank you to Grenada for this significant contribution.
Rendeck, energizing our community.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
All right, folks, it's 22 minutes gone past the 7 o'clock hour, and it's time for us to have a conversation this morning. I do not have any in-studio guests, so here's the topic this morning, and I want us to deliberate on that topic. Put in your 2 pence as much as you possibly can. All right, we're concluding a lengthy summer vacation, as we normally say. The children have been home for a lengthy period, and I do hope that as parents or guardians, amidst the festivities that were held, you did insist that, they kept in touch with their books and their schoolwork. Now, the Ministry of Education had a press conference, if not yesterday, I think it was the day before, highlighting some of the initiatives that they are putting forward going forward with the reopening of the new school term, or the opening of the new school term. And one of the things that excited me was the fact that they are now introducing e-books or more electronic books to the forms 1s and 2s. And that to me is a significant move or a step in the right direction, keeping in line with modern trends, sooner rather than later. I hope that our children can just go to school and sit in front of their devices, the laptops or the desktop, and access literature. Now, what is your take on that? Are we ready? Are we there as yet? Is this a good move? For me personally, I think it's a step in the right direction. Forms 1 and 2s now, I know it has been accessible by the other forms. And the gadgets, the laptops and the tablets and so forth being integrally intertwined in the education system now. That's a good thing for me. What is your take on that? Any advice would you like to throw out there to the relevant authorities? Something that you think about that can, in your opinion, can enhance the delivery of education in our beautiful Tri-Island state? Because we're much more than Carnival, right? We've got to have educated minds out there to plan properly. So Carnival is over. We're going back to the classrooms on Monday. Any advice you want to throw out? What is your thought? What is your take on the introduction of the e-books to forms 1 and 2s? Let's hear from you. 435-2041. That's the number to call. While we await our first call, right? What I suggest you do, I know we can talk on that. It's not, we're much more than a bacchanal nation. We can talk on constructive things as well. All right, and we endeavor to keep in line with what's happening around the region, and maybe just be a leader in this direction. The introduction of the electronic books for our Form 1s and Form 2s. How it would impact the nation if the books are available online and the children have access to them. Then as parents or guardians, we don't have to find these extra dollars. And the cost of books nowadays, the real books, the physical books, they're high. The cost is very high. So how do you think the introduction of that will how do you think it would impact our education system? Let's go to the telephone line for our first call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, and good morning to listeners and viewers. Is interested when set topics are set, how little enthusiasm people have. Nonetheless, I will approach it from different angles. One is that I think we are late. But we also have to consider a report from and that's one of the last institutions I would like to mention, the World Bank. They have said that the education system in the Caribbean has failed. It has, and it's interesting for me that have not been taken up by the various countries in the Caribbean. So the purpose of education, we need to re-examine that first of all, and how we do education. Now the e-books, I'm not here or there in the sense that you need to have material for people to study. But what's the purpose of that? I have noticed you have, and I think we have to stop this nonsense about saying summer holiday. We can say July, August holiday. That is good enough. All right? So, because we are complaining about people following, foreign culture and foreign thing. This thing about summer is a northern thing. Not ours. So, July, August holiday. We could say Easter holiday. There's no problem in that. And, of course, maybe we could say the Christmas holiday. Christmas and New Year's holiday. But many years ago, I saw there was an institution somewhere in the States, I think probably was New York, in which they did that. I mean, the students didn't have to go with any books. They had the pens, the electronic pens, and they resumed their work when they returned to school the next day. So, but it was at that time it was very expensive. It was in the thousands of dollars. And to me, that was revolutionary. We have to also see that within the context of where we are moving. We are moving to digital currency. This is something that's being promoted by the ECCB and others. So, I mean, I don't think we could escape it. What we need to do is prepare people to become more critical thinkers. Unfortunately, people are not, and has the problem. We have problem even when we even have to discuss anything meaningful. So help our people become, voracious readers, readers, people who want to read all the time, not just in season, so that during the period of July, August holiday, nobody read. Reading is something that's supposed to be every day. As Francis Bacon said, reading is to the mind what food is to the body. And he said that a long time ago. Whether you're reading from e-books or you're reading from the physical books, and we need to find a way to make the physical books, not necessarily school books, but available, because that will prevail. And I know there are some people who understand that and probably will support me. We can't do away totally with the electronic book, because just one little thing. Look what happened with PayPal in Europe recently, where all the kind of financial thing. We can't rely on the electronic system too much. I mean, on the e-system too much.
Okay.
But we cannot resist it neither.
Okay.
But I think we need to really have bigger conversation. What kind of education we have in, and it's probably good that we have a new chief education officer in the person of Mrs. Dr. Jeffrey.
Okay.
So let's see how things go.
Thank you.
But we really need to really have deeper conversation. What kind of citizen we're trying to produce for the future?
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution there. 435-2041. It's 29 minutes on to 8 o'clock. And I want you to, share your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the introduction of the e-books to Forms 1 and 2? Good morning, Mr. Innocent. The e-books are a step in the right direction. Of course, we should keep hard copies just in case there is a prolonged power failure. We also have to consider the impacts on the children's eyes. And please research one laptop per child. All right, that's a huge call, but it's a step in the right direction. And it's if we are to keep up with the times, okay, that is the direction that the world is going. All right, but as the previous caller stated, it also means that we should have access. All right, not just in the school, but access at home as well. So does it mean that, okay, at home you have the physical books and in school you have the e-books, or are the gadgets going to be carried home? Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yes, sir. How are you doing, bro?
Alive and thankful.
Yeah, according to your last WhatsApp, she's hit on T as far as the e-book is concerned. But another thing is more important, that we are very rich in Grenadian. We, the Grenadian island, have a carbon deposit. The government, the powers that be, should give every disabled and elderly person 2 shares and sell shares to every able body, because we are wealthy. We should never have to worry about money and economy anymore. The e-books are a great initiative. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, caller. It's a great initiative. That's according to this caller's opinion. Thank you very much for sharing with us. And we are not just going to stick on the e-books, but while at it, we're talking education, school reopening. What are some of the other things you'd like to see introduced in the education system? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome to the program.
And I hope I don't bust a bubble this morning.
With what?
The topic that you raised. An item in the news came up where I can't remember the country that was banning the use of cell phones for a couple of hours. And you were elated that was happening.
A village
and also suggested...
A village in Japan.
Yeah, and also suggested that they should do that in Grenada. My question to the topic that you have this morning, the continuous use of devices, because the e-books have to be accessed via those devices, whether the cell phone or the laptops or
tablets.
Tablets. Isn't that a continuation of the use? Because if you go in the classroom to access those e-books, you must have a laptop or whatever device. And you know the effects of those devices on the eyes. So in a short space of time, what we'll find happening with the personal use as opposed to the mandatory use, we have to use it in school, what will happen to those children's eyes? It's just something that came to my mind, because I am not against the e-book introduction. Mind you, I'm just stating, what is straight and obvious. If we continue using those devices, obviously we will have challenges with our vision. So it's in that light that I raise the concern. Well, as I say, I have no objection to the e-books sort of thing, but
so where do we strike the balance? Where do we strike the balance?
Precisely. I have a son who is going to grade 2, Innocent, and I had to pay in excess of $200+ for his books. Going to grade 2. But my observation is that the grade 1 books that he had from last school year, most of them haven't been touched. They have not been touched. Well, that is the concern that I have as a parent. If that is, I might be able to buy books.
Let me tell you something. If you buy your books for your child to go to school and the books are not being touched, you should discipline your child. Your child should be touching the books.
No. When I say touch, you understand what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm talking about. And the Ministry of Education have to revisit their whole thing on what is going on, because obviously you cannot have parents purchasing the books at this high cost, and then they are not being used at the school level.
Okay.
I know the teachers have a sort of, as you being a teacher, you know what the work schedule, the work plan, and all of those things. And some of them does not include the books.
Let me ask you a question.
And they're not even utilizing it.
Let me ask you a question. Is it because we started talking about books, the child is crying in the background?
No, he and his brother always in thing, they are boys, so you always find that happening.
Okay.
That is part of growing up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but something needs to be done about that. You cannot have those books being so expensive. Parents are asked to purchase those books, and then it is not being utilized.
Okay.
I mean, there are some books that the parents themselves could use at home, assist the children, but there are some exercises the teachers have to be doing that.
Okay.
And it's unfortunate that people have to be paying that amount of money for the books, and nothing is being addressing it at the school level.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Good. 435-2041. The ebooks is a good idea, but how do you increase the effectiveness of flow to allow the ebook system to work properly? That is another cause for concern. We seem to be having, especially in recent times, quite a high level of unstable network conditions. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. So greetings.
Welcome.
If you drink a strong, bitter coffee on morning, you really do feel enlightened.
Definitely.
Supercharged. Let's go. Mr. Joseph, interesting topic. Quite enticing for the moment. Fully in agreement with the advancement, the technological advancement as we go along. But I assure you one thing, my dear brother. If we do not read, listen to this adjective, aloud. If we do not read with a dictionary, if we do not read and understand what it is, what it means, to learn the phonetic symbols, we will never be able to really read and understand. It is manifested even on public radio and the people who command the microphones in this here country. It is manifested even within the parliament, or so-called parliament of this country. It is manifested amongst some of the greatest and brightest minds in this country, how they misinterpret and misrepresent the official language of the country. But reading is good. Thank God I read when I was a boy. And Papa God do what he do. And there I am, Mr. Joseph. There I am. Practical evidence. Reading is extremely essential. But we have to do it as we used to do it. And as it is written in all teachers of the books for all teachers of the language, that you have to read aloud, you have to read with your dictionary, you have to understand the phonetic symbols of the language so that you can pronounce the words correctly. This morning I heard you made a comment after the news and you fumbled a bit with the pronunciation of what I heard you make a comment there. The reason why you making that comment, Mr. Joseph, from your own conscience is because you don't understand that each letter produces in addition to its name, which can also be one of the songs, that letters produce songs. So we have to do it correctly. I do encourage, despite the technology, despite the advancement, despite the availability, that we teach the children how to read with the essential components as per the science of the language, the linguistics. I trust that what I've said has made some sense. Thank you and have a nice day. So much more to talk about.
A whole lot of sense. Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's head on to our WhatsApp platform and accommodate this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent, and thanks for your patience and your temperament. I joined in late, and you made a very good point that we have to strike an appropriate balance, like everything else in life. It's important that we don't throw out the baby with the bathwater of water.
I like this.
For example, Pammy?
I said I like this comment too much. Don't throw the baby with the bathwater of water.
For example, from getting to St. George's to Soteres, how can we get there faster? By walking, by driving, or taking an airplane? I think we can agree that it's by taking an airplane. Does that mean because an airplane takes us there faster that we should all get airplanes? Could you imagine what's going to happen with the airways?
Yeah.
Planes will be flying everywhere. And so because from getting from point A from Tantin to Belmont, you can get there faster if you drive. Does that mean we all should be driving? Then what happens? No one will be walking. And we know that walking is an essential part of getting exercise and is healthy for us. So we have to be careful. We have to strike a balance, and we have to use evidence-based science to make the point. Because water is good for us and some of us may not consume enough water, does that mean we should all just drink water and forget to eat fruits and vegetables and carbohydrates and so on? It's all about balance.
Yeah. Well, it's biblical, eh?
Yes.
It's biblical.
Yes. And we have a sense of it's all or none, it's all or none, it's all or none. Okay, you made some mistakes in your life. Therefore, every accusation that's been headed your way, some people automatically call you guilty. They call you guilty. No, but you have to be able to tease out the facts from the non-facts.
In that case, Grenada is one of the LDCs, right? Less developed country as it relates to that. But nonetheless, so what are you proposing as it relates to the e-books and so forth? Amidst the balance.
I think there's a role for that. There are roles for certain scenarios, but you have to tease out those implementation in such a way that that there's evidence based that it facilitates a better process altogether. I mean, there's a, but you can't just. I mean, for example, in the health field, stuff go electronic. And I'm not going to go into specific detail. I don't want to give too much information here. But there have been situations where the electronic is dumb, and a patient cannot get a prescription because everything is done electronically.
Yes. So there must be a backup plan. Yeah.
No backup plan. Everybody get rid of paper, so the patient is back up in the office, patient ready to leave, and they cannot get a prescription for simple medication.
Right.
Soon we'll be lucky if we can find pen and pencils.
I see. Yeah, that's, like with everything else, new introductions usually come with a whole lot of challenges, but the onus is on us to strike that balance, yeah?
Exactly, and those folks who just think linearly, just go with the flow without questioning, I mean, it's amazing. Even in the field of medicine, eating is good. It's healthy to eat, and we should all eat. Otherwise, we'll die from starvation. But if a patient is dying of it's found in wandering in the bush somewhere, and they are very malnourished for days, for weeks. And you want to help them. The way you help them is not just giving them a whole bunch of food and ramming it down their throat. You will actually kill them in the process.
Yeah.
You have to do it gradually and tactfully. You can kill a patient if they haven't eaten for weeks and you think you're going to just say, oh my goodness, they should eat so much calories, I'm just going to jam it all down their throat within a day or two. You will kill that patient.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
First, do no harm. Even in technological improvement, we should harness them and use them to advantage. But in the process, we have to be mindful that we first do no harm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Let's go to the telephone line and accommodate this call. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Listen, good morning to you.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Personally, I don't think that Grenada is ready for this kind of system yet. Right now in the secondary schools, the teachers there are having problems because you have children who couldn't read and write properly. What do you call the slow ones? Although in my time they don't, but it is not that now. They're slow in taking up. Cannot cope with what is going on in the secondary school. And for such a thing to be successful, I harped on it before, and I'll harp on it again. You need to have night school. So while the children in school in the day, interested persons can go to the night school and learn something of that. Other than that, we are just wasting time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, God. Thank you very much. Someone says here, and I like this comment, many of the ebooks do not cover the content of the curriculum adequately, and teachers have to source content elsewhere and give a lot of info from other sources. It has been very frustrating for teachers over the years. That's another critical thing, because the ebooks have to become adaptable to our curriculum here, so someone says parents, let's do this before we take our final commercial break. Parents who complain that the textbooks of children have not been touched must be advised that the books are usually for backup to the presentations in the classrooms. Encourage your children to read the textbooks at home. And that's a great idea as well. Yeah, I mean, I remembered, when I hear these things, I always remember Auntie Annis. Auntie Annis used to say, go and take your book. Go and take your book. Let's accommodate this WhatsApp call before we head on to the commercial break. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson. How are you doing?
I am alive and thankful. Welcome to the program.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to present a different perspective on the matter.
Please do.
As someone who would have recently graduated from college, I believe being a member of the national robotics team and seeing the way that Grenada would be moving forward in that space and in other technological spaces, I honestly believe that the introduction of devices such as this one would be a good step in that direction, because as you look at other Caribbean countries, as you look at Grenada as a whole, you tend to see different situations presenting itself. And yes, we can understand where other persons or the older population will be concerned, and those are all valid concerns, but at the same time you have to prepare your youth for what the rest of the world is doing. If you have a generation where one family or one group of persons is technologically advanced and that is not passed down or that is not conveyed to the next generation, what you find happening is there's a gap. And at some point in time, that gap has to be bridged. And if it is a case where it is not introduced or it is not slowly, the persons are not slowly incorporated into it, then you will find that that gap is a lot harder to bridge.
And we'll be left behind.
Will be left behind.
Okay.
And that is not just within the global scale, but within the regional scale. Without going into too much details, robotics is considered a sport in other Caribbean countries, yet for all here in Grenada, where we do some of the, I won't say better results, it's not recognized as a sport.
All right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I am not saying that the government needs to recognize robotics as a sport or anything like that. The core conversation this morning is about technology, is it not?
Well, yeah, the introduction of the e-books to the Form 1s and 2s, but I mean, it ties in, it blends in well, because I am also of the opinion, right? As you would hear people saying, as a former teacher myself, I think that some of the parents, we have situations where children are being brought up by their grandparents, or in some cases their parents as well, but the parents are not technologically inclined. So now, how do you assist your child in that field if you are not? So hence that's where the suggestion by another caller who said maybe we should have night schools so that parents and guardians could become abreast with the technological advances that are there.
That is always a option. I feel like that would be thinking outside the box and presenting a solution to a problem that most people don't even realize exists.
Yeah.
So I would agree with that caller.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller, for your input this morning.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
You too. God bless. Bye-bye. Folks, it's 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We take our final commercial break in the segment and then return. Don't you go anywhere.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Your Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
GBN's broadcast of CPL 2025 is made possible by Republic Bank, Hubbards, Grenlec, Echo Blue Limited, Demerara Mutual Life, Answer Coatings, and Flow.
On Sunday, November the 9th from 5 p.m. at the Grenada Trade Center, Legends Promotion presents the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert featuring the best of Grenada, along with 2 special guest artists. This edition promises to be extra special. Get ready, Grenada, to be blown with surprises at the 19th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Sunday, November the 9th, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Stay tuned to GBN for more.
5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's head straight back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Your indulgences for a minute or two. A minute, Mr. Joseph. I referred in my deliberations a while ago to reading and so on as one of the 2 important skills in the language. I refer to receptive skills. And there it is. Your last caller manifested crystally clearly what I was referring. He told us in no uncertain terms, this. I would have recently graduated from whatever Tamsisi or whatever. Check it out. What is he telling you, Mr. Joseph? But he read that somewhere in a publication and maybe it had been taught to him. But is it correct? What is he telling me if he tells me that he would have graduated?
I mean, he didn't do it.
For Christ's sakes, Mr. Joseph. So we have to be meticulously clear. We have to look for things, go to the root, fix it, correct it. With all the adaptations technological, which we have to do, we can't get away from it. It is pumped and imposed upon. We can't get away. But we have to try to do it correctly from the beginning, using the original, Mr. Thank you very much for what it's worth. Have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you very much, caller. Have a good one. Yeah, it has become a sort of figure of speech. I want to use this comment here from one of my contributors. While I support the initiative, I think it should be introduced at higher forms, maybe forms 3 to 5, where the holders are more responsible, would have been introduced to computers in some form already, and likely to have less damage, especially in these early years of the program. I'm worried that kids will be out of access to the books they are not asked to purchase when these electronic devices stop working. How long would it be before they can be replaced when the device malfunctions or where there might be accidents? All of these are kids. After all, these are kids. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Gordon.
Hi, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I am finer.
Okay. Don't let the breeze blow your way, right?
Not at all, not at all.
Mm-hmm. I think the e-books in school, generally speaking, is a good thing. How the school manages it is also important, right? Because we are living in the age of technology, and so some of this may be necessary. I also think that when the ministry or whoever the policy makers are planning these things, they need to do better than that, because parents were told that for the reopening of school, the children were going to get e-books and so on. Some parents didn't buy any hard copy books. You understand what I'm saying? And these e-books are not yet, as far as I was told, available. So what happens?
Okay, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, okay.
Right. The next thing I want to say is, you asked what we would like to see as school reopens, right? I have a couple children who are teachers. One, I would like to see more security in schools, and the security must be more conscious of what they are doing, right? It doesn't have to be like police officers, right? But more security to make sure that the children are okay and they're not bringing weapons and drugs into the schools, because you know the time we're living in, right? I would also like to see more counselors in school doing a better job at identifying the problems, and not just identifying the problems that some of the children come from their home with, but also taking these problems and, let's see, I can't get the right word now, but pushing it further then, making sure that you don't just counsel the child in school. Yes, in some instances that will work, but there are more serious problems that you have to work with children at a longer space of. Some may even have to include the police, because there are some serious things that children come to school with, and it affects other students, right? So I think the ministry need to have a better way and a more serious approach to counseling in schools. You understand?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Teachers are very creative, and each day they have to find ways to make their students alert and motivated. It is very unlikely that any teacher would have their students training their eyes on computer screens all day. Teaching and learning is much more than that. Folks, this is as far as we can go with the conversation this morning, I must confess. Someone says, Mr. Joseph, we need to read the research and see all sides of the system. Yeah, I want to say thank you for all those of you who participated in the conversation this morning, and it has been a very meaningful conversation, and let's just make the best out of it. The introduction of the e-books, it's not, it's not something far-fetched. It is the direction that the world is going, and we have to prepare ourselves for it and acclimatize to it. It's here. It's here. Whether it will, be dominating the entire education system, I don't think so. There will be textbooks available still. They had copies, all right, because there are a number of things that can go south. But we have to be abreast with what's happening. Thank you, folks, for the conversation this morning. And finally, and who will pay the additional counselors and police in this dozens of schools throughout the island? Okay, that's administration. That's administration's work. All right, good. Bye for now, folks. We've got to join the BBC. Thank you for the conversation. Have a great weekend, everybody. Love you. Bye-bye.